Hello there, this is Elena Valdez. Thank you so much for coming over here to check out this channel. I am going to do a read today for you about your Libra child. So I was strongly called by Spirit to start this channel, and I'm super excited. I'm glad I'm doing this. Please leave your comments if you have any suggestions or if you would like me to add a question to my spread. I currently have 3 questions, and I end with advice from Spirit for the parent. And yeah, I'm super excited. And again, this is for the Libra child, for the parent regarding the Libra child. And I'm going to be using this amazing deck that so vividly captures the vibration of the child, and I wanted to use this deck because that's the perspective we're coming from, right? We're coming from the perspective of the child, and I hope you enjoy it. And here we go. So this is for Libra child, the parent of the Libra child. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. We're going to start with the first question, which is, what is your Libra child experiencing in the month of October? What is your Libra child experiencing in the month of October? Actually, as I record this, my nephew, my little guy, he's 6 now. He's going to be 7. He will be 7 tomorrow. He's a little Libra, and so I dedicate this reading to my little nephew, my little Libra nephew. And the question is, what is your child experiencing, your Libra child experiencing in the month of October? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that was fast. And you get 2 cards. Okay, I'll take them. Aren't these cute? Here, let me show you. Cute. Isn't that adorable? Super happy. Love these. Okay, and the next question is, what are the challenges your child is facing? What are the challenges your Libra child is facing in the month of October? Nice. So we have the Knight of Swords. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, and the next question is, what does your Libra child need most from you during the month of October? And I am recording this the last few days of September, so this could be happening now. You know, it's so fluid, right? Time is fluid, so it could even spill into the following month. So what your child needs most from you, what your Libra child needs most from you during the month of October. What does Libra need most from his, her, their parent, guardian, whoever is responsible for caretaking, right? Oh, that one was really, definitely wanted to come out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you got the Hermit here. I love it. Okay, so let's start with what your child is experiencing during the month of October. I'm loving it. This is wonderful. This is all about feeling proud, feeling accomplished, feeling good about the things that he or she or they are accomplishing, feeling like confident as well. But there's also this combination of, you know, it feels like you, the parent, you're doing a great job of being very inclusive with your child in terms of involving them in what it is you're doing and what it is you're up to. So, for example, here you see the what I would consider the adult monster with his little baby monster, and they're looking at their, you know, the father monster or mother monster here is is sharing and teaching his or her child, about this investment or whatever it is this little monster is involved in, right? And look at that little guy up above. He's having a blast, right? He's totally enjoying hanging out with mom, pops, just kind of being a part of their world and learning from their world. The Seven of Pentacles traditionally in the Rider-Waite is all about investments, right? It's about whatever time and effort you're putting into your life. So whatever, because it's not just about physical monetarily investments, right? It's also about where you are investing your time and your effort. And he's assessing the fruits of his labor. He's assessing his interest here, right? He's assessing, okay, well, where is my time and effort? How is that? What is it yielding, right? But what I love about this is that the adult is taking the child along the ride and showing the child, or somehow without even knowing, including the child in this process of assessing, right? Or it could be, or it can be that without even knowing, your child is noticing your time and effort and where it's going and what it's yielding, or more importantly, benefiting from your efforts. Ooh, that just came in. Good job. You're doing a great job, dear parents. So your child is benefiting, yielding the benefits of your investment, of your time with him or her. That's what's happening. So kudos to you, whatever it is you're doing. And sometimes as parents and guardians, we may not feel like what we're doing is enough, right? Especially nowadays with this climate, right? There's so much craziness going on in the world. And so for you though, particularly for you, you have a child here that's proud. And look at what it's facing. It's proud of who his parents are and what the parents bring to the table. I know that sounds kind of far-fetched from a child's perspective, but children feel like when they're being cared for, they know. And there's a sense of pride. You're doing a great job in instilling pride in your child. You see this little guy, he's like on the snail and he's like, yeah, I'm great. Look at me. I learned how to ride the snail. I'm so awesome. You're just doing a really good job of praising your child, and your child is feeling that confidence. It's really enjoying the accolades and very much enjoying and benefiting from your investment of time and nurturing that you're giving your child. This is so beautiful. It feels really, really just, it feels so good. So proud of you, guardian, parent, whoever you are here today watching this for your Libra child. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you may be feeling like it's not enough. And I'm not sure why I'm saying that. That's not in the cards. I think I'm saying that obviously more intuitively because I do get the sense that there are some parents here who maybe, and again, it's the climate in the world right now, right? That potentially you may be feeling some guilt or perhaps you're not doing enough. But I'm telling you right now, in this regard, for this particular reading, the Libra child is feeling good about the time and effort that you're putting into the relationship with him or her or them. Okay, so good job. Ooh, I like it. Okay, in terms of the challenge, so the challenge here could be communication, right? A couple of things here. So the Knight of Swords traditionally is, it's about speedy action, speedy words, sharp communication, sharp, potential, whatever it is that had to do with communication. So that can encompass anything verbal. It can also include emailing, Zoom communications, writing, whatever means, whatever age your child, because obviously we have different ranges that are going to be watching here, right? So your child, depending on what age range they are in, it's going to be different, right? This is a general read. So you may have a child who, remember, this falls in the challenge position. So you may have a child who's really struggling with Zoom online classroom, or the form of communication, or really struggling with writing or reading. Most of the time this is about verbal communication, although not only verbal, but a lot of times mostly it is about verbal. And so I think that you could be having a child here, a Libra child, who's struggling with how he or she communicates. And Knight of Swords is about speed. So it could be that you're dealing with a child who is being slower at communicating than the norm. And the norm, I don't even know if I should be using that word, but meaning whatever gauge or whatever norm you are gauging per your household. So it can be that maybe you're used to your child reading 1 book a month, and your child really right now just wants to read 1 book every 6 months. Or maybe your child is just having a difficult time processing how to communicate something. So when this comes up in the challenge position, what Spirit is saying to the parent is, be a little bit more patient. The usual speed of your child's communication is challenged this month. So, and that's okay, right? That's okay. So again, the Knight of Swords in a different position would indicate something completely different. But since we're talking about a challenge, you just need to be mindful that this is going to be a month that your child, your Libra child, may need some more compassion, some more space, a little patience, not rushing them. Like don't rush their communication, their reading. If they're taking a little slower to read something, it's okay. It's okay. It's a little struggle. But, again, just be mindful of that, okay? And also be mindful of it in case your child isn't asking for help or doesn't know how to ask for help, because, they may not even know that they can have the support from you. So be watching out for it so that you can come in and support in whatever way you deem is necessary, given whatever is happening, right, in terms of communication. So I hope that made sense. And then your next card is what your child needs most from you. And this is a very interesting card to get. I love these cards. I love the artwork. It's just so stunning. And the Hermit is usually about going inward, finding your spirituality, being led by your inner guidance, right? So what your child really needs from you this month is for you to tap into your own inner resources, for you to be in alignment with your own guidance, your own intuition, your light, your inner light, and be at peace with yourself. So I'm getting the sense, dear parent, guardian, that perhaps you have been running yourself, maybe even depleting yourself. And your child is aware, even though they're benefiting, they're happy. So you don't need to worry about that. But there's also something in this energy that says, maybe you need to go inward, allow yourself, give yourself permission, because that's really the key here, right? Sometimes we find going inward indulgent, right? And if this is coming up as the position, like what your child needs from you, it's asking this because your child will benefit from you going inward. And this is going to be different for everyone. It could be as simple as you meditating. It could be as simple as you reading a book that makes you follow your own light and guidance. It could be learning something esoteric, spiritual. Whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for everyone. But I'm picking up, I'm feeling a very spiritual children here. I feel, I don't know how many of you are going to be watching this, but I feel a lot of spirituality here. And I'm not talking religion, and that's not what I'm talking about. But I feel a child who is very in tune in tune with how you are feeling inwardly. So you may be dealing with a little Libra who's very, very intuitive. And perhaps this is why your Libra child is having a difficult time speaking, communicating, because really they're really intuitive children. And so sometimes, I know for me, when I'm feeling my most intuitive, I have the worst time speaking. Like my words come out weird and off, it's just awkward because I'm on a different dimension that words cannot describe. I hope that makes sense. But that's what I'm feeling here. I'm picking up some very, very vibrantly intuitive Libras. So you'll know if your child is one of these kiddos that I'm referring to. Of course, we are all intuitive in our own right at any age, right? But this is really, this is a very tuned in child I'm tapping into, or children I'm tapping into. So yeah, so go inward, dear parent and guardian, and see what clarity you can gain for yourself that will ultimately benefit your child. But great job on everything that you're doing, though. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to end the reading with one card from the Gaian Tarot. And this is for you. This is advice from Spirit to you. And this is just general advice. Now remember, even though this is advice for you, the parent, it is in relationship to your child, right? So keep that in mind. And I love these cards because they feel like photography to me. And it feels like a tarot deck married the oracle, an oracle deck. And mainly because not only does it have a description as a tarot would, but then it also has these beautiful affirmations for each card, the way sometimes an oracle deck does. So anyhow, what advice do you have for the parent of the Libra child? What advice do you have for the parent of the Libra child? No, that's too many. Too many. We just need one card. Perfect. Ooh, you got the World. What a great card to get. It's beautiful. Okay. And I'll go ahead and read the affirmation. And this would be, the World is a major arcana in the traditional deck. And I'm just going to read the first sentence of the description. When you get this card in a reading, you know that all shall be well. As the medieval mystic Julian of Norwich sang, this card is the best of all possible cards to get in a reading because it represents the culmination of your spiritual journey. It signifies wholeness and an integration of your spiritual, emotional, and physical lives. Oh my goodness, it lines up with this so well. So I'm dealing with some highly intuitive spiritual children here who recognize your own intuition, your own spirituality, dear parent and guardian. And so here you're being asked, the advice is to integrate everything that you're doing, your family life, your work life, your children, everything with your spirituality. And again, when I say spirituality, I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about dogma. I'm talking about that higher knowing. That's the inner deepest knowing of who we are, our own inner being and our connection to that which we hold sacred. And that can be, for some of you, it is God. For some of you, it is your ascended masters, your guides, your angels. It's going to be different for everyone, but you definitely have a child here that needs you to be integrated in that. Not only does your child need that, but you're being asked by Spirit as your advice for your own wholeness and sanity. You're being asked to integrate all with your spirituality, your inner knowing, your deepest knowing. Very beautiful, very intuitive. This is very spiritual and loving and vibrant. I love this reading. And anyhow, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much again for visiting the channel. And I hope to continue making content, great content that is helpful and that can guide you as parents along this journey. Please feel free to leave a comment. And if you need to reach out to me, go ahead and contact me. All the info will be below. Thank you. Bye.